Hey, what's up everyone? Today we're going to talk about update patch version 0.1.5.0, and with this update I am going to be showing you a few clips on exactly what has changed in game as well as with the menu, because there has been some huge changes in that area as well. So with that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into this. Let's go ahead and take a look at the top here. As I mentioned at the start of the video, this is update version 0.1.5.0. This update was a total of 1 gigabyte, at least what it showed on Steam. And if you take a look at the top here, it also says major fixes. What they have done right here is something that is pretty huge in my book, because what it really does is help out a lot of issues that you may have experienced previously. For example, it says right here, implemented backup of save data on the world selection screen. This means now if you perhaps mess up quite a lot with your character, whether that's, you accidentally sell a pal, or perhaps you destroy your whole entire base, you can actually revert to the last backup save. And I actually had quite a few backup saves already there. And if you're on PC, you should notice an icon on the left side, which is a folder icon. This right here, if you do decide to click on it, it will bring up the main directory to where your save is. Next to that, you should see this right here, which is the backup data. Click this and it then will load up a bunch of your backup saves, and you can choose which one based on the date. This right here is one of the best features yet, because this allows us to kind of fix some of our mistakes. Whether that, again, you accidentally destroy your base, or raid does it, or just if something terrible happens, you can fix that by easily clicking on this backup option. Now at number 2, we have something else here which is pretty big, and this is going to allow you to change an option in your settings. For example, right here at player issues, it says, change long press operation during player task to allow continuous work by pressing the work button once. This is switchable in the option settings. Now at number 3, we have something else here which might actually intrigue some of you. If you head over towards the islands here that you're not supposed to be at, because you will gain a wanted level, well, now if you do decide to ride on your mount, you will also receive a wanted level, because previously, for some reason, this was actually not happening. I guess you could roam around them and you were pretty much free to go. Right here underneath player issues, again, you can see it says fixed issue where riding in prohibited hunting areas would not result in a crime. Number 4, if we go towards the PAL section here on the patch notes, it says this right here, change specifications so that when a PAL is instructed to attack aggressively, the PAL will attack enemies indiscriminately even if they are not in combat. So now if you open up the wheel there and you do decide to choose the aggressive option, that issue should be resolved. Continuing on towards number 5, which is one of my favorite things that they have updated, and that's condensing. The reason why I love this so much is because when you do decide to upgrade your PAL by condensing some other PALs, you're going to be able to receive some more points now. Yet this only works if you do have a higher rank PAL. None of your lower levels are going to help out too much. You're going to receive 1 point for those PALs. Let's say, for example, you have a lower level PAL that you would love to upgrade and condense some other PALs, and you have one PAL that is a higher rank. You can actually condense that PAL and receive 4 points for that one high rank PAL. But what I would suggest is that you save that for later on, just in case you need to fill up some more points. For example, like 16 of them. And you should see a great example of this on the screen here. And if you take a look at the notes here underneath PAL, it says corrected an issue to allow PALs of rank 1 or higher to be selected as concentrated material. Higher ranked PALs yield more points when concentrated. Moving along here, we're going to check out number 6, because this next one is quite interesting. When you do decide to build a campfire, if you decide to build 4 or even more, it's going to give you a lot of heat now. So if you take a look on the screen here, this is what it says on the patch notes. Underneath base issues, it says specifications change so that all changes in environmental temperatures are added up. If you put 4 campfires next to each other, the surrounding area will have the temperature of a volcano. Oh yeah, so definitely throw on something different if you're receiving too much heat. This is what I had to do, and I'm showing you a few examples in this clip right here. And right underneath the environmental temperature update, you can see this right here, which says implemented relaxed working style on the monitoring stand. If you head over towards the technology piece, you should see an option towards the left which says relax. Moving forward towards number 8, because we just went over number 7, we are now going to talk about the balance adjustments for Digtoise. Right here it says significantly strengthen mining power for Digtoise partner skills. And I'm going to show you an example here on how weak it is right now, but when you do throw on the PAL ability, or when you craft the item, you're going to see a huge difference with that partner skill. For example, right here, you're going to see when I throw down that Digtoise and then I use the partner skill, it completely demolishes the rocks or boulder, whatever this is. But pretty much right there, you can tell that it's just shredding it up. It's even better when you do decide to shred up some more. So I will go over to one over here on the left side, and you're going to see a huge difference in that as well. This pal right here has definitely received a buff in terms of mining the rocks and all the material. I think it's absolutely a great addition to this update, and I'm interested what else will they update in the next few updates, and what exactly will change with these pals. And with that being said, let's move on towards number 9, because this next one is kind of depressing, I will admit that. So when you do decide to sell some nails, guess what? It's not going to give you a high price for nails anymore. Underneath balance adjustments, again, you can see it says fix the abnormally high selling price of nails. Oh yeah, when it comes down to selling those items, it's not going to give you a high price. I mean, it's fairly decent. I'm not going to say it's entirely bad, but it's definitely not like it was before. With that being said, if you have seen a glitch video previously where I talk about selling some nails or doing some other things, just disregard that video, but most of those glitches will work. And by the way, I will update you guys here soon on exactly what is working after the latest update. Alrighty, number 10, we have some changes in terms of a wanted level. If you take a look at balance adjustments, you're going to see the third change here, which says significantly increase the number of police officers who appear when a crime is committed. And yeah, when it comes down to that, they definitely do spawn a bit more than normal, which is great because it adds a bit more difficulty to it, and I'm okay with it. Coming up at number 11, they have done some changes with their Free Pal Alliance's crossbow, because now there is an electric shock effect. If you take a look on the screen here, it says added electric shock effect to the Free Pal Alliance crossbow. And you're going to see an example of this on screen, although they did not give me that electric shock feel, so I'm not too sure what's going on there. Maybe it's bugged, I'm not too sure. Anyways, moving along, they have also increased the sphere launcher and scatter sphere launcher distance. Underneath adjustments, you're going to see the fourth change here, and that says adjusted the flight distance of sphere launcher and scatter sphere launcher. Next up at number 13, we have network related, and you can see it says renovated the server lobby, search by server name will now work, added the ability to view online players on a dedicated servers. On community servers, this will only be displayed if the setting is enabled. It's great to see some of these changes being made, even if they're small like this. I think it's just great to see. Also, coming up at number 14, which is another great addition to this update, and that's going to be with the cheaters. And I know some have asked, well, what's the difference between cheaters and glitchers? I have talked about this previously. The main difference there is that when you're a glitcher, you're typically trying to benefit off of a glitch to help yourself. But when it comes down to a cheater right now, they're trying to lower down ranks, reset ranks, or level progression online, which is kind of crappy, but that's what's going on. With that being said, they have done some changes with this. If you take a look at the bottom, it says improved measures against cheating, and this is on others. And last but not least, we're coming up at number 15, which is going to be a change with brightness. And some of you might be thinking, well, what's the big deal with brightness? Like, that's not something big. For some of you out here, that might be a huge change, especially if your monitor is just not the best. This right here is pretty much it when it comes down to the patch notes. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Keep an eye open for the next few videos that will be coming out, especially the next one which will specifically be about glitches and what's working after the latest update, including some newer ones, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you guys again for supporting the channel. If you have any questions, comment down below, and I will see you all in the next